Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today we are continuing our theme with the Edith Holden ephemera, but you can make it using any paper you have, any digitals, any scrapbook paper, newsprint, magazine pages, yeah, just anything. I'm using Edith Holden for a reason, but I know that a lot of people don't have Edith Holden books, and in the US, they can be very expensive when you do find them. I know in the UK, people over there find them for £1 or £2 in a thrift shop. But in America, no, they come they come with a premium. So if you don't have Edith Holden, do not go running out and buying Edith Holden. You're going to spend way too much. So today we're going to make a little flip out. And to prove you don't need Edith Holden, our prototype I have done with some other paper. This paper is kind of interesting. I discovered these on Amazon, and they have several different themes, but it's pages and ephemera, and it comes in a book. And look at this, isn't this fun? You get all these journal pages, different kinds. I love this book one. And let's see. And then you get some ephemera in here as well. Some words, some little cutouts. There's some other journaling card cutouts. It's like a pocket or an envelope. Pockets. Little tags and stuff. This is another envelope. Some tags. So yeah, this is another envelope, different kind of envelope. So yeah, it comes with all these papers and stuff. Now, getting the papers out of this book and not really destroying the edge like I've done here, I haven't quite figured out yet. I'm not sure what their intention is of removing pages. You wouldn't think they would be that hard to remove, considering it's made to do just that, right? But yeah, I kind of made a mess of trying to get paper out of it, so I'm not sure. But anyway, Amazon has several of these different themes, but yeah, they're really cool. I'm not really sure how you would even search for them, tell you the truth. But anyway, so I made our prototype using pages from that. And basically it's a little flip out thing. So here's our, let's use this, an example of our journal, a journal page. Okay. And you would put this on and glue it down on these three sides. Glue that bit down. And so then you have this flippy floppy thing that has a tag at the top. And then this slips in here. And you could put that so, you know, it's right towards the edge of your page or whatever. You could have dangly things and what have you. But anyway, that's how it goes. Okay, so that's what we're going to make today. So to start out with, your paper needs to be, well, your page needs to be whatever page is going to work for your journal, right? So you don't want this too tall for your typical journals, or too wide even, depending on, what kind of journal you're making this for. So I like mine to be, I think 7 would be good. I'm trying to get, I'm also letting the picture dictate size as well. So I think 7.5 would be good. And then this is 7 inches wide. Half of 7, let's see, is 3.5. So that would be perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. So, oops, get those out of the way. So 7.5 tall. That goes in our little basket. And this is 7. So I want to cut off this part that was, looks like we still have some raggedy edges. Oh boy. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to cut off a little bit more now. Okay. All right. Okay, so we want to put this down on some other paper, and I want something that's going to be able to hold it, and I've been using this paper, which goes really well with Edith Holden because it's kind of a ivory color. I'm going to take 2 sheets, I guess. It's kind of flimsy paper. So it'll work. It'll work. All right. So I'm going to glue these 2 pages together. Now, if you have paper that's a little bit more substantial, cardstock would be perfect. I don't have, I have cardstock, but it's white. Of course, it's going to be covered up too, so I guess I could have used the cardstock, but I wasn't thinking. Yeah, it's going to be covered up, so you could use white cardstock. That would be perfect. But since we've already got paint glue all over this paper, we might as well just press on because we're too far down the rabbit hole. Okay. Okay, and we're going to attach this right onto here like so. So, where's our glue book? Get that. I like to make sure I get the edges really well. Ugh. Oh boy. It's one of these days. Everything wants to move, and I don't want you to move. Oops. Oh. Alright. Get that down on the corner. If you can get it in the corner nicely, then everything else lines up pretty well. Awesome. Okay, now sweet. Make sure everything's stuck down. All right, now we want our flippy floppy thing to be, you know, this one here I made about 2.5 inches. It could be, you know, I don't think you want this any smaller than 2.5. So, you know, whatever you want to do, really. 2.5, 3, 3.5. I mean, you know. The only limitation is really the width of your journal page. So I am going to trim off the top part here. Okay, and then I want this to be, let's see, which way do I want to go with this? Okay, let's go with 3 inches. 3 inches from where the picture, or where this page ends. 3.5. Okay, so the overall size of this, in case you're starting with maybe a really good quality heavyweight scrapbook paper, the overall is we got 9 3/4 wide and 7.5 tall. So the overall size of this is 9 3/4 by 7.5. So if you're starting from like a scrapbook piece of paper, you know, good quality, double-sided type, one scrapbook paper would be good. Okay, now what we want to do is score our paper just so everything comes out nicely and everyone's happy. So we want to score right here. Okay, and then you want to find your middle for this section. So this is going to be, I can't see it. 3/4, 3 and 3 is 6. 3/4. I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier just to fold it and find the middle that way. Oh, boy, that is stiff. That's kind of why I wanted to. Kind of why I wanted to score, because that's very stiff. So, I'm sorry, this is going to take me a while to figure out because it's not... Okay. Fourth and a fourth would be a half. All right, here. I think that is halfway. I hope that is halfway. We'll see if that's halfway. All right. So we have a score here. We're just going to fold that. And that's our flappy part. And come back on itself. Right. And then this one. Hopefully I did that right. Basically, you want that to fold in half. Okay. So, when you're done with this folded in half, this is going to be the size of your tag. So that's going to dictate what your tag size is, which in this case is about 3.5 inches, maybe a little bit less after glue and all that. Okay, so now we want to do something with this. So I think text pages would be awesome. So I'm going to get out the cutter and trim this side down. Okay, I'm keeping that. Okay. Now, we're just going to glue and then trim after we've glued. But I want to get this inked up here. And we are using, oh, I probably should have done that first, huh? The sage. Yeah, I've been using the sage and the ground espresso for this project. But, so... Hope everyone's well, having a good week, enjoying some crafting time. Go ahead and ink around this side too. You don't have to worry about the back because this is the bit that's glued down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know I did inking on my Edith Holden page, but that's okay. I knew I was doing that. All right, so I'm gonna get this covered. You can use any kind of glue for this. I just find that this glue stick that I use anyway works really, really well. And so, yeah. doesn't make the paper go all wonky either. So I am just going to eyeball this according to getting it in where the text is, and then we can trim around afterwards. It's a lot easier doing it this way than to try and cut a piece of paper to fit in that area, you know, and then you're having to measure and mark and cut, and then if you get it wrong, you've just wasted your paper, and it takes too long, and quite frankly, it's just too fiddly for me. So if you just lay your paper down and glue it where you want it to be, and then just cut it out. That way, it's, you know, guaranteed to be the right size. And it's just a lot less time consuming and a lot less fiddly. There. Ta-da. So now you can sew around this if you want. Do all kinds of stuff. I actually have, let's see, our little Edith stuff. I actually have fussy cutted some elements from the book to use in decorating things. So I thought we would take a look and see what we've got here. So those two together, that would be awesome. They're kind of big though, aren't they? Don't want to lose all that. But then I could cut it off here and place it somewhere else. I like those. So let's do that. Let's just cut these off, right? And then we can place them. So it still looks, that still looks great, but you don't lose that element just because it was a little bit, you know, too big. See? Isn't that cool? So yeah, I put them all in here, but I fussy cutted a lot of elements from the book, some smaller pictures, some of the little sketches and stuff like that that's throughout the book, and thought, well, I'll just use those for something like this. Now let's see. I'm not sure about inking something like this, but it's a little bit tricky to do, especially if you got small stems and things like that. You know, you gotta be careful with it, that's for sure. Else you're gonna tear stuff. Don't want to do that. So there we go. Okay, now let's see if we can't get this positioned in the right place. So if we have those like that, and have those coming up like that, what if we have it going over, come on, Come on. There we go. Like that. Sweet. Yeah. No, I like that. What do you think? Yep. Okay, so don't move around on me. All right, we're going to attach this so we don't lose it. Don't lose the placement, right? Okay, so just going to come up here and get some of this on there. And up under here. Okay, now we're just going to get it all glued. I like this glue because it has a built-in top that gives you a little bit finer bead of glue. And so far it seems to be a good glue. It's Tombow. So I think it's kind of on the expensive side for, you know, the size of bottle you get. I think it's kind of on the expensive side. There. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I like that. What do you think? Yeah, that's sweet. Oops, I missed a little spot there. I wish it was colored though, because it comes out clear and it's a lot harder to see where you've gotten glue, unlike, you know, the Reptile that I use is white and it dries clear. Same way with the art glitter glue. You know, it's white and dries clear. But you can see, and of course this that I use is purple and dries clear. So, you know, you can totally see where you're putting the glue. Unfortunately, the Tombow comes out clear, so it's a little bit more challenging. There we go. I think I didn't quite cut straight there. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now what we want to do is we want to make this for our pocket for our tag. So we just want to glue my paper's puckering or something right there. So we just want to glue along here and along here. And you know what? I'm going to use Reptile just because I want to make sure that it has a good hold to it. I'm not sure about the Tombow. It's great for putting down applications or, you know, putting down ephemera, but I'm not sure about structurally. And this has to be a structural hold. So I just think using reptile would be a better idea for this structural hold rather than just sticking down, you know, decoration. Oh, getting some leaking here. Doggone it. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Run that bold folder over it. Make sure it's held down really well. And we're going to let that dry. And if we had done more ephemera, then we would have something to actually put in this already. But since we haven't, we're going to have to make some. I have this that I saved out. I really like that. I want to use that. Oops. So, okay. Now I take the espresso and just kiss along the edge. Okay, now what we want to do is, all right, so that is going to fit really well. Don't know how much more. We don't really have a whole lot of extra room. I think that's going to be it. I don't know why. Hang on. Oh, I just changed my light color. Sorry about that. We will fix that in a minute. I'm just making sure we don't have anything going on in here, inside here, that we don't want. Seems like my glue area is kind of bigger than what I had hoped. So that slides in a lot better, but we're gonna have to back this because this is pretty, I mean, this is just the book page, so it's pretty flimsy. So let's get out some card material. And was that a good size going that way? I think it'll be okay. I think that'll be okay. So let's just get this inked up. Think, you know, I might as well just go with the fact that this is a little bigger and have a border. So yeah, I think that's going to be fabulous. So let's just get some glue on here, get it glued down, and then cut it, rather than trying to cut the paper to be the right size. It's just easier to glue something down and then cut. Plus it makes for not quite as long of a video. So, if you want to measure and cut and be precise, that's great. You should. But for the sake of the length of a video, I'm just going to do this the least fiddly way I know how. And we're going to get out our cutter and try and get this border to be the same size as the other side. Kind of eyeballing it. Okay. And we're going to kiss the edge. There, it has a nice back for journaling. Okay, so I think we want to put something at the top. What do you think? And what do we want to do? Get out my little thing of tabs here. I have some whale's tails. We could use that. I think that would be fine. I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use that as a template to cut out a whale's tail, because I don't have one of those nifty little, what are they? Punches? I don't have a whale's tail paper punch. Can't find them. And the few times I have ran across one, they want a ridiculous amount of money for them. I mean, seriously, I'm not going to spend $100 for a paper punch, for goodness sakes. So, I think this shape came in a kit, in a digi-kit. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure where I got them. I just cut them out and kept them. So I have the shape that I can trace. Hey, crafters are the best MacGyvers there ever was. Are we not? We are great at figuring out ways to do things. even though we don't have the tool. We can't have everything, right? We wouldn't have a place to put it. Yeah, we can't have everything, or we wouldn't have a place to put it all. So I tried to get a whale's tail, but yeah, I finally gave up looking for one because I don't know why they're so expensive. Jeez, it's like who in our group is telling the outside world what we want? That's what I want to know. Who's telling? It's just like with the Edith Holden books. You know, over in the UK, you can get them a dime a dozen at a thrift shop. In America, they cost, you know, $20, $30, $40. It's like, who told them that that's something we wanted? Huh? Who's spilling the beans out there? I don't see why the Edith Holden would be any more expensive in the US than they are in the UK. But they are. It seems like everything we want and we like is a premium in America. So, there we go. We'll just put it down like that. That is the top, right? I want to make sure I have... That's the top. Yeah, gotta make sure you have it going the right way. Seriously. Okay, so I'm going to put glue all over the back side. And then on the front side, just where it's going on the paper. And get that lined up. So one thing I like about the reptile glue is it gives you time for placement, where art glitter glue seems to grab right away, and you don't really have wiggle room with art glitter glue. I have found that if you put something down wrong and you try and move it or adjust it, it just brings up the paper with it, you know what I mean? So there we go. Now I think I want to put an eyelet in there and maybe some ribbon or something. But we're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna make our journaling card that slips in this side. So this my card. Okay, so that would be too big. I am going to cut it down like that. Okay. If you make a mark like that and you cut just beyond the mark, then you don't have to worry about having that pencil mark still. Okay, so that's going to be how far in? probably allowing for glue and stuff. So I think probably right about here. So it sticks out about an inch or so. Does that look right? It sticks out about an inch or so. I think that'll be good. Okay. Oops. All right. Now, I have one here that I really like. I'm just not sure. I think that's going to be nice. What do you think? I think that's getting the good amount of that picture. So, yeah. I'm just going to make a mark. Where I want that to be. And there we go. So now we know that if we glue it down and get right there on that mark, that we should be okay. Yep. All right. Make sure we start with a clean paper here. All right, so I'm going to put it right up against that mark, get it down towards the edge, get it lined up along the edge, and then smooth it out. What keeps happening to my card? Sweet. See, that's a lot better than trying to measure out and cut cut paper that's going to fit in here, if you're ruler challenged like I am, and you don't want to, especially if you're using pages like Edith Holden or any other paper that can't be just reprinted. You have to have it, you have to get it right the first time. So it just seems to me it's easier to glue her down and cut it out rather than running the risk of cutting a wrong size. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Actually, I think I want to round the corners just because I like the look of the rounded corners better, especially like for journaling cards and stuff like that. Okay. And do a little kiss with darker stuff. Okay, so now I was thinking that maybe we might want to, yeah, there it is. Come on. I tell ya. I think we want to give a little stamp to the back of this. Maybe we want to ink this up a little bit, huh? It's just white. Of course, it's, you know, good journaling area, that's for sure. Maybe we can just soften the white up a little bit, huh? It's hard to get going on there and not make a circle. You know what I mean? Not have a circle indent. Okay, so we want to use, what is this? Walnut stain. And pounce, 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 pounce. That's what they say to do, right? Pounce, pounce, pounce. And put it right down here, I think. And press, 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 press. Give that ink a chance to come off the stamp and go onto the paper. Ta-da! There we go. I like that. Give someone a little encouragement, a little surprise message. There, isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's get out our eyelet setter thingy bobber. Ugh. And I'm going to go with the bigger one. So just in the corner here, not too close to the edges. Otherwise you run the risk of that tearing through over time. And then come down in here and right there. Hee-haw. Okay, so let's see what color. This brassy color I think would be best. Oops. Don't want a whole bunch. Just two. Okay. Now you don't have to do this. In fact, I'll show you something before I do it. If you don't have one of these and you can't put in the eyelets, you can take a Kleenex or a Q-tip, get some glue onto your Q-tip, right? On the tip of it, like that. And then go like this and just twirl. See? Isn't that nice? So it kind of finishes off that hole and gives it a little bit of extra, you know, oomph, as it were. Just to make them a little bit nicer. If you don't have eyelets and one of these fancy gizmos. Anyway, that's just something I thought I would share. I picked that up somewhere. I can't remember who I learned that, you saw doing that, but okay. Ah, stupid thing. There we go. Oops. And on this one, get that in there. There we go. You can also get those hole reinforcements and color them and put those around holes too. Those hole reinforcements, they're not very expensive because, yay, they're in the office products department. But those little hole reinforcement thingies that they have in office products, and you can color those or coffee dye them or what have you, and use those. So I'm going to get some ribbon here. Some green I thought would look nice, and I think I'm going to do it this way. I don't know. I can't figure out which way I like it better. Going through like this and then, you know, bringing it through or just tying it in a knot. I think I like this way better. It just seems more, I don't know, polished and finished, perhaps. Just hold that snugly and just make sure that those are nice and snug. Snug as a bug. Okay, so do the same thing on this one. I kind of want to hang a charm from this one. Just not sure. I need some larger jump rings is what I need. I don't have jump rings that would be that wide, that deep, whatever. There we go. And that makes a nice corner thing too. Like that. Okay, so got everything is just buried. Everything is buried. Okay, we got anybody in here that would go? silver ones would go with anything. It needs to be tightened up. Oh, I don't know though. Nope. And these are all too flashy. I like that. It's got a butterfly and a dragonfly on it. But, you know, that doesn't really work. What else do we have? Anything in here that might work? Oh, look at that. You know, that works, I think. It's got the right colors in it. It's not too over the top. What do you think? There's another one. Oh, I like that. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. At least part of our problem. Our other problem is, how do we get it in that hole? I don't think I have. What's this one here? Ooh, maybe that one would work. That might work. Oops. Uh-oh. Dropping things here. Okay. Let's get these puppies out. Let's see what we can do here. That will fit, right? Yeah, I need to get some bigger jump rings. Oh, come on. Where are you? Oh, maybe it won't fit. Ugh, honestly, why is this so fiddly? Barely. Barely. I think it's gonna work. Just barely, though. Okay. Let's bring those back around. Nope. There we go. Ah, how's that? Oh, that's cute. I love it. All right. So, we are done. This goes in here. Oh. Well, I don't like that, do I? Wait a minute. Where's our... We'll just kind of ink up this back area a little bit. You know what? I think I'm gonna round those corners too. Yeah. Okay. So, if we can put it in like this, and then that's the way it shows on the page, right? And then this part here, here, and here gets glued down to your page, And then this slips in like that. And so that's what someone's going to see when they open the page. What do you think? Is that not cute? I'm gonna eat that up. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? I love it. So, I want to give a shout out to Miss Paint-A-Lot. She's the one that has inspired some of these ephemera that we're making. So, yeah. Well, I'm not sure if that really goes with that too well, but we can make some more of these and then, you know, match them up better maybe. So anyway, guys, that's what we had for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too long. Felt like it was kind of long. But anyway, join me the next time for some more things, you know, all things junk journal. And until then, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you haven't. Bye.